The body can stay engaged with the whisk the entire time. That was excruciating. Trying to move this snake motor by motor is excruciating. There has to be a different way. I have been doing some experimenting using joysticks. When you move it to the left or right, it just moves 2 of these motors at once, but it's a little bit harder to kind of determine where those motors are and how it's actually working. We'll add this grip for the matcha whisk and up the voltage slightly. It's definitely easier to move the snake into position with the joysticks, but much harder now to mix. Getting to position is easier, but doing the task is now harder. So even with the joysticks, the task isn't really easier. The problem is not the interface, it's the control itself. Whisking is a continuous motion task, and every joint has to coordinate perfectly. Small timing mismatches and phase errors accumulate along the snake body. That's why even intuitive controls don't automatically make the task succeed. With a rigid arm, you just care about the end effector. But with a snake, every servo matters, and small errors compound quickly. What this really needs is either pre-programmed motion patterns or some kind of feedback, force sensing, torque monitoring, or even current sensing. And once a system knows how the body is interacting with the whisk, coordinated motion becomes possible. The takeaway? Controlling a snake robot isn't about making the interface simpler. It's about coordinating motion across multiple joints.